Welcome to Arriba La L, a fan-led Ladrones podcast. I'm Luis Lopez, aka Huicho. This is a solo passion project, so expect some bumps, a few technical glitches, and a lot of growth as we go. But most importantly, expect a deep dive into the music and culture Ladrones is cultivating. Let's build this community, one fan at a time. Hope you enjoy. I have with me Niko Garcia. We had the pleasure of being at a Ladrones music video together.
And concert not knowing.
Yeah. How'd you find out about that video shoot?
So Instagram.
Yeah, you saw them posting about it?
Yeah, I'd seen the casting call and I jumped on it right away. And I reposted it trying to get other friends to go. And everybody was like, yeah, down, but nobody filled out the form. And then I had told my girl about it and her daughter, and they filled it out. I was the only one who got an email back, and they didn't get nothing. And then my girl got an email like 2 days before, and my girl's daughter didn't, but then it said we could bring 1 or 2 people. And so we all just jumped in the car and went out there, knowing that they didn't even check, and we could have brought in whoever we wanted,
I know, that's... it's funny because at some point I smoked a cigarette with the drummer.
Yeah, right.
I was like, he was outside by himself, like everyone else was inside, and I was like, hey, like, you mind if I bum a cigarette? I hated asking because I don't want to be that guy, but he was super friendly about it. And then I even made a comment. I was like, in Spanish, I was like, oh, people don't smoke cigarettes out here anymore. It's like hard to find people that smoke them. I was standing right
next to you when that happened, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because then I was like, shit, my Spanish ain't good enough for me to jump in this conversation. Like,
oh, dang.
Yeah, but I was standing right next to you.
So you heard most of what were at least that introduction and stuff?
That's when I was making my way to go use the restroom, and I was like, well, I'm going to stand right here.
Because we were right next to the porta potties. Yeah. Or the porta potty.
Yeah.
They're all I was super grateful for them, like, having that experience for the fans, allowing the fans to be part of it. The fact that they had so many cool people there, and
they truly had fans.
They truly did.
You could tell the people there were fans, and like there was a lot of sing along, like, at the end.
Yeah, with the acoustics that they did and everything.
That was a treat. Like, I was like, yeah, because I see them post that on their Instagram all the time. That they do that for a lot of their fans. And like when they were like, oh, like, we're done filming, but if you want,
there's like a special surprise. And I was yeah.
Because we were about to leave, and then my girl was like, nah, let's stay. And then it was that, which was pretty cool. I got good video of that for sure. But yeah, like when we got there, I didn't know what to expect. And I was telling my girl, because I've been in 3 other music videos before.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask you, I don't know if you've ever...
I haven't. It's, well, I mean, friends, small local bands, stuff like that. Just, I've been told I'm a good actor, and I've done, like, skits and stuff with friends, but, like, nothing, like... When I got this opportunity, I was like, maybe it'll lead to something. Like, maybe I'll meet someone, and maybe I could, like, do auditions or something, but...
Just take me on tour with them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been in 3 other music videos, and for me, the only weird part is when it's a new song, you don't know the lyrics.
Yeah. And
you don't know, like, you're trying to participate and act like you know the song, but then you're kind of just like not knowing what to say. And but how it just repeats over and over and over, you end up getting the song by the end of the day.
And I think that was a good thing that they repeated it a lot, but then a bad thing too, because it's like you're under the sun. Oh, yeah. You're doing the same thing over. You're like moshing, high energy.
Yeah. How'd
you feel about the song? It hasn't come out yet, and
so there's YouTube videos of them playing it live. So that's how I kind of caught up on it. Yeah, because I was like,
I might have seen one from Rockville. Yeah, where they played it live. Okay, yeah,
that was it. And that's when I tried to do my best to try to learn some of the lyrics when we got there. And I think that's what they noticed in that, because when they did the first scene, I jumped in the mosh pit right away. That fucking took like all my energy right there, though. Like I had my moment where I was like, "Fuck, just breathe, just breathe. Let me get out of here after that first one." But because I was kind of doing the like sing along part, that's when the guy was like, "You, like, we want you," and that's when we got pulled up to the top of the container.
I didn't, and it's funny because when we got pulled up, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. I was like, oh dang, like maybe they're gonna show us or something, but then they were like, no, literally just your hand.
Yeah,
like,
the back of it.
We just need the back of your hand to like show in the corner. Which I've never been to a professional music video. You mentioned that you've been to like some music videos. Was it a similar environment, like in terms of the directing? And
no, this one had a lot more direction.
Okay.
The other one, it was for No Bragging Rights.
Oh, okay.
Down in Riverside.
Oh, interesting.
We were in a church, and you couldn't even tell it was in like a church auditorium, but it didn't look like it at all. They had the stage, it was dark, and they just had their stage lights up, where like the crowd's just moshing and jumping around a lot, but it's just flashing lights. Yeah. It wasn't really like, hey, now do this and do that, because they had us move around a lot at the Ladrones one.
And I think they made it easy, the direction. You're so right. Like, I feel like the director had a vision for it, and they had, I mean, as any good director should, they had like the shots already in mind. They knew kind of what they wanted with each shot. And they, like, it seemed like, yeah, we were waiting for some time, but like we were only waiting while they were setting up the next shot, and they knew exactly what they were trying to get. So overall, I was impressed. I was like, dude, we got a whole music video in like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then we still like hung out with the band a little bit and like, you know.
Yeah, because by the time we got on the door, it was like 12:30, and I think we left like 5:45. About baking in the sun that long, still burning, still peeling.
I know my farmer's tan is still pretty brutal. I didn't burn, luckily, but you said you mentioned that
my face peeled, my nose peeled. I feel bad for my girlfriend and her daughter right now. Like, no sunblock.
Are they? So I'm curious because it was honestly because of that music video that I got inspired to start this podcast, because I was like looking around, and at their shows I've noticed just a lot of different types of people, but like at that music video I was just like, man, like I looked around and it was almost like a surreal moment being there, because like I was in the present, but I was just like astonished. I'm like, man, look at all these people. Like, I want to get to know the fans of the band. I want to get to know like what attracted you, like what do you find you like about them. Like, what was the first song you heard from them that you were like, dude, this is where I want to be?
I would say the first song was Alter.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just Instagram, bro, it just popped up and I heard that bass slap. Yeah, and I was like, wait, go back. Went back, and then it did play the song, and I listened to the whole song, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. Like, this is such a good like mix up of the style of music. And I remember just that gave me hope in new music.
Oh wow.
It gave me so much hope in new music. Like, because I search for new music often.
It's tough. It's tough out there. Yeah.
And I guess for me nowadays, it's hard. I can't really find music where I'm like, okay, that hit me. Like, I want to listen to this whole album. Yeah. Like, because you normally have your song. Okay, that was a cool song, and then.
Hey, if you go back to the album, you're like, there was one song in that album. Song. Yeah.
But no, like the more I kept listening to them, I just kept finding more songs that I loved, and then I seen No Mas happen. And that blast beat, and I was like, "Oh man, dude.
That's hey." I just want to say so when that song came up, I was also like, it starts out like kind of chiller, almost like corrido style, but then I can't even I'm blanking on the lyrics, but it's like así no más, así nada, and then he starts with the double beats.
And the way he melodized it with it too, that song to me, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like, yes, and then I just. Waited. I text all my friends. I just found this new band. I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'm not going to show you their music until we're together, so I could see your face.
Oh, interesting.
And I did. I waited, and they're like, all my friends were like, "This is your music right here, dude. Like this is like," because I love drums. Like I said, just double bass, and then like the fact that it was Spanish music that what threw everyone off. But they were like, "Wait a minute!" Like
the musicianship behind is Well, it's funny because. That's something I noticed a lot too. I feel like the drummer doesn't get enough credit sometimes, because he like brings some of the, like Jose, the guitarist, like he comes up with some cool metal shit, but then like the drummer really brings it together to like
it's the heart of the band.
Yeah, dude, like
because it keeps the tempo. It can either like blast beat it to get that song pumping and circle pit, and you can drop it down low to where like just hit the lows and just. Break down, and you know what I mean.
I think that's it's funny. I think I mentioned before I did the VIP thing with them in San Diego, and they were like playing some acoustic songs. Like Samir was like, "Oh, I mean, obviously in Spanish, he's like, oh, what's your favorite song?" Like someone told me, and then a couple of people said a favorite song, and he's like, "Oh, maybe not that one," but he was kind of seeing which one they could do like right then and there on the guitar, because obviously you can't do all of them on an acoustic, you know. But then we started doing one song, and there was a part that had like pretty cool like drum fills, and like as they're singing it, I do the drum fills like in the air, and then the drummer's just like, "Hey," he's like, "Ah, see it."
It's a thing, bro. Air drumming is a thing. I do it all the time. I get made fun of it for it all the time.
Hey, nah, it's passion.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it's like a fun make fun of where they're like teasing, but
Yeah, but if the drummer noticed it, like, hey, he hit the notes.
Yeah.
He hit the notes.
Well, I think it's like so easy for a band like that. So one, there's so many reasons that like I like the music. It's like such a unique blend of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that catches me so much is just how real kind of like metal it is. Mm-hmm. Cause it's like it's not like new metal or like just a combination of like older metal. Like it definitely feels like a death metal band. Like the guitars and stuff, like there's some real heaviness to it, and but melodies, like it's like a really good package. But then the drum brings it together, and I feel like the drums don't always get the credit they deserve. Yeah. For like keeping that heartbeat going, you know. Yeah.
And to be able to do that to a Spanish style guitar, or Spanish style bass, to like make it together as one, and then him sing or the other guy rap, and then they both come together, and then they just go back to the next thing you know they're doing their growls, and then it comes right back. I'm
remembering I mentioned it like twice to the drummer. I was like, bro, you're doing a lot more work than all of them. Like during the music video, I was like, you're the only one actually playing. They're just like pretending. Like no offense to anyone, you know, like
video wise, he has to be on the notes. You can't really tell on the guitar like that. But like, if he's not up here and everything's like, you know, somewhere else, like it's noticeable. But I was watching it because there was a part where we were filming, and they moved us behind him, and they were just doing his feet pedal part. And he was nailing it every time. Like there was no like fakeness about it. And like when he would zoom out, he was on it. Yeah. And just me, like, not just listening to learn drums, but just watching him do it, I was like, this guy, he knows what he really made for this song, because the way he was hitting it and doing everything, it was like effortless.
He's like in tune with it.
Yeah. Like he. Not like can't say with his eyes closed, because either way, but like, you know what I mean, like he was so talented on it.
I do feel like even during that music video, these guys seem like such normal dudes. Yeah. Which, you know, a person's like a normal person, but they almost seem like they're barely starting to get into the whirlwind of like, oh, this is taking off. Like this is becoming something that we didn't expect it to. And that's another reason why, like, I see the fans and how passionate, and I see like the future for Ladrones. And like it's a future where I see them headlining festivals. Oh, yeah. I see them doing all this stuff, and it's funny. I tell my friends, and my friends, when I showed them, they were just like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Yeah, no. And I was like, "Nah, dude, I need to find people that like get it, because like these guys, to me, they're like one of the next great like rock acts. Yes. They're not like another version of System of a Down, but I think they're gonna have the transcendental like they're gonna be able to grab other audiences, just like System of a Down was, where like they're just gonna have like people that love them for the Spanish side, or
gonna make their own fan base as big as every other band did.
Like I'm almost positive 5 years from now there's gonna be a bunch of copycats trying to do something similar. You know,
have you ever tried to listen to them like on Spotify, like a mix of them where there's all these other bands? There's a few bands that I feel like, I don't know if you could say they're trying to be like them, but it's Spanish metal. There's one, it starts off with the Chente verse. Oh, okay, that song's pretty tight. I'll have to look it up because I don't know the name of it, and I'll share it with you. But yeah,
that's something I was gonna like bring up. Is there a song that you like from them that's like, it's Ladrones, but it's like a collaboration with them? Is there one that you like?
I'm not sure if it is, or if that guy is just a feature for the song.
I'm bad with names. Yeah. Because I know they have one called Extra X De, which is with this girl named Muñequita.
Okay, I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what, because it's almost got this like Rammstein-like beat. Yeah, it's not like electronic that much, but it's got that feel to it. And there's like a scene where I like Samir's vocals. He's like, I don't know, I like what he's saying and the melody. But then she comes back and does it really light, and then she just goes into this like heavy scream for so long, and I'm like, dude, this is heavy as shit.
Yeah, I definitely love his voice, and like for that style of music, the way he can sing, and like it doesn't really feel like rapping in Spanish. And I mean, I know the other guy really does it, but there's parts where he joins along and does it, but it makes it like I don't even want to say Linkin Park, but in that kind of sense, what Chester and Mike did. Like they have their two own that comes together, and it just makes the song even better.
I agree. I mean, I would even say it like Zamir is really good at like making these vocal catchy hooks. Yeah. Where like they're melodic. Yeah. Something about it draws you in, and they use it in a lot of songs. Yeah. And Cirujano's really good at, like, I like his flow. Yeah. Where it's also like, I like both of them a lot, but I do notice with Cirujano, like the lyric context really gets me. Like so a lot of the lyrics he talks about, like there's this song, I think it's called Nos Vamos a Topar.
Okay.
And he has like this song where he's just saying like, he's saying real no es, basically saying like being real isn't smoking with your friends.
Yeah.
Being real isn't like doing this or that, but at the end he's like, being real is making sure your kids are fed before you eat. And I'm just like, damn. And then it goes into this like heavy ass breakdown, and I'm like, dude, that's like
where they bring meaning behind the lyrics.
I think there's a lot of that where, as like I never asked you, but are you like of Hispanic heritage? Like, are your parents like Mexican or anything like that?
Both my parents are Mexican. My dad was born in Mexico. My mom, she was born in California, but like my grandmas knew each other before my parents got together. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's interesting.
Like, those old Mexican heads were all hung out back in the day, and then my mom and dad came about.
Just like, I mean, they're probably like in the same circles for a long time or something. Yeah.
Well, legitly, my dad's mom told my mom's mom, keep your chicken aside when my hens come out to play.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's how much friends
so
they
like,
were.
hey, we wanna keep this friendship alive as
Yeah.
long as possible.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's interesting, man.
They kind of like, they didn't make them get married, but after dating for a while, because how times were back then, like, they were like, okay, like, we feel like you guys should get married. And my mom and dad were like, all right. And they went and got married and still together since.
So when they met each other, were they all here in the U.S., like here in California?
They were already out here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my dad wasn't, when he was born in Mexico, but he was only there until he was about 4.
Oh, wow. So actually, for me, it's the same as that.
Yeah.
Like I was born in Mexico, but I came out when I was 5.
Oh, yeah. See?
So I've been, like my parents were all born over there and like came over here when they were like older. But that's interesting. Like I've always wondered because like the whole thing with this podcast is I want to kind of see like how do Mexicans feel about Ladrones? How do Mexican Americans feel about them? How do Chicanos and like people from like, like here in Southern California, like how do they feel about them? And it's just like interesting.
Like my dad, like I said, he's more hippie, lowrider type. Like, his favorite band is, he bumps that all day. His favorite band is Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, that's cool. I mean? Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Rain? That's my dad's song, you know what I mean? But then like the same thing, he has his like oldies, and then but my dad, his Mexican music was like Freddie Fender.
Oh,
like
okay,
the Texas Tornadoes and stuff like that too. So like my music, like Ladrones, like all they're doing is yelling, or they're like música de locos, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And I'm like, no. But then there was this one day where me and my dad are hanging out, and I got him stuck on Suicide Silence.
Okay. Whoa. Sorry. Just of all the things, right. Suicide Silence. Yeah. That's funny.
You only live once.
Okay.
So I just picked up my sons, picked them up. We were going out to breakfast, and he's seen how my sons were rocking out on the back seat, and I'm driving and rocking out. And my dad's like, because my sons asked, what is he saying? I go, well, he's saying you only live once, like to live your life, to do, to do
whatever you got to do.
Worth it and all that. So my dad's like, wait, put it on again. And then my dad said, put it on again. And we had that song on repeat over and over and over till we got home. My dad literally downloaded the song and blasted it in the speakers at the house. So like my dad has his days where like heavy metal or like metal will come in and he'll like the beat, but he won't admit it. But then when I showed him Ladrones, he was like, put on that one other song, or like he'll start to like learn the names of their songs. And then when they did the cover,
Desvelado.
Yeah. He was like, I know this song. And he started singing it with them, and I was like, and I at the time I didn't realize it was a cover. And then I was like, oh, it is a cover. Like, I know this song. Yeah. And he started singing it, and then after that he was like, yeah, put Los Drones on.
That's funny because I showed my dad just recently, because I had this whole podcast idea. I was like, I have this idea, I'm like working on this. I kind of like want to make it come to life, but I want to involve people. I feel like any great project, you can't do it on yourself, on your own. Like it's a combination of like a lot of people working hard to get it done. And I showed him a couple songs, and he was like, he's in Spanish. He was like, yeah, they have like that corrido kind of like the rhythm, like the kind of the percussive element, and like they do on a lot of songs. And I could tell he could like them, but there's still some songs that are like straight up metal where he's like, I don't know about that one.
Or there's that part where there's a growl, and and then he'll be like,
yeah. That's when you saw him at San Diego, did anything stand out when you were like there?
How on point they were live. It sounded just so good live. Like there's some bands where I go see and I was like, I wouldn't want to see them live again.
I've been there.
Or
yeah.
like it sounded nothing like the songs that you're used to blasting in your car. You know what I mean? But no, just live, I was on it, and I just remember, I hope they play this song. They played it. I hope they play this song. They played it. And the one song they ended up playing, we're up front, and he's the singer's standing right in front of us. Like I have like the perfect aerial view of him, and I'm just like, man, I go to shows all the time and I sing along all the time. I was like, I think this is the first time I ever fanboyed out though. Like, you know, like I was so into it. Like I didn't want the show to end. And I loved that they weren't the headliner, but from my experience and seeing the crowd's reaction, they were the headliner.
They should have been.
They rocked the house.
It's fun, and I mean, this could just be rumors, but I was hearing, you know, people were talking like the video shoot, and there was, I'm really bad with names, but there was one guy that I've seen him hang out a lot with, like Ladrones.
Okay.
And I think he lives out here in the U.S., and he seems to be like really good friends, and he was like mentioning that at that San Diego show, they did the whole merch thing where they're like, hey, come to the merch table, we'll take pictures and stuff. But then like the line got so crazy and it was like blocking off fire exits that they had to like shut it off.
Oh.
And the venue actually told them, hey, you guys can't do merch here anymore. Like, because they just got so crazy. But apparently like after that happened, before the third band started, like 100 people just left.
Oh.
And the because they just signed with a Rise Records, I think, with a metal label.
I'm not sure on that one.
They just signed with someone. I just forget the name, but apparently the record label took note, and they're like, oh, like you guys need a bigger show for yourselves.
Yeah.
So there's like rumors that they're going to be headlining their show next year, like their own tour in the future.
They're one band I can definitely see playing Sick New World.
Yeah.
I've gone to Sick New World a few times. I didn't stick around for Bloodywood. I didn't know how to. I tried to. I bought a
ticket. I supported Bloodywood. You know.
I like myself. I tried to listen to their music. I couldn't get into it. You know, but so we went straight for Ladrones. My girl was a fan of the Wild Ones.
Oh, the Pretty Wild.
Yeah. There you go, the Pretty Wild Ones. So we stayed for those songs, and then
they were pretty good too. I stayed for them too.
Yeah, the first band. Anchor or something? Or,
Anchor, yeah. They're like from Britain or the UK, I think.
They put a good show, though.
Yeah.
They put a very good show. I feel like they were the perfect opening
like
band.
Opener, yeah.
They're the ones who got
they
everybody
brought up the energy, because
it's
it's hard to be an opening act because it's like a quarter of the crowd.
Yeah.
You got to like hype them up. You got to like leave it ready for the next group. And I agree, they did good.
Yeah. So they've played Sick New World. They were there this last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So,
and I was like, man, well, if they can be there, Ladrones can make it. But I see them, like, if Ozfest does come back, I could see them being at Ozfest too. I feel like they would fit right in.
They definitely would. I mean, they're going to be at Aftershock in Sacramento.
Are they?
They are, but they're like the opening band for one of the smaller stages.
I didn't know that.
Well, I kind of want to go. It's on a Thursday. Like, I don't know if I can make it work for the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's like a 4-day show.
Exactly, but I think they're selling single-day tickets. So I'm like tempted, dude. How crazy is it to say I'm tempted to go to a whole festival just because of one opening band? Like how many other bands could you say that about? You know, like
yeah, exactly. And like Eva mentioned before, like they're gonna be playing around our area pretty soon again in September. I didn't know about, but I'm already talking to my girl. We're gonna get tickets. Like,
no, yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I hear, because I think the thing with that is they're gonna be another supporting act.
Okay.
So they're not gonna be on the headlining slot, but I just want to make sure, like, if I hear about them, I'll let you know right away.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're going to be... I mean, they're going to probably promote them themselves. Like, they've been promoting their shows in Mexico and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how that's going to work out. But
well, dude, even like how we were there for one music video shoot. They were in LA for 3 music video shoots from what they were posting.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, man, like... And then they just... Have you heard that One Day at a Time? They just released a song with the guy from Head PE. Did you ever listen to Head PE?
I've listened to Head PE.
Like, I was shipping out. Because I listened to Head PE back in the day, like way back in the day. And then I was like, I know that voice. And I was like, dude, that's him. And then I didn't know the other guy that was rapping, but then I see the singer in Ladrones, and it fit. Like, I feel like he did the best part of the song. And I'm like, man, like, they're really getting everywhere. Like, because I feel like, I don't think Head PE's done music in a while. And for this guy to come out to do something with them, chorus with them, like you're gonna have all these other people definitely gonna want to work with your band.
Who do you see working with them? Like, is there an artist where you're like, oh, I hope they collaborate with them? I hope, like,
that's a good question, bro. I should have been prepared for that one.
No, I mean, I haven't even thought about it. There's one that stands out because right now when you were saying that, I was like thinking, and I don't know if it would ever happen, but like Snow the Product.
Okay.
To me, I feel like she's Mexican enough and like kind of hardcore rap enough to where they could make something unique. You know,
I think
like,
that would actually be dope.
Yeah.
I've kind of known about her, but I just started listening to her music. So like, that. Actually, that's a real good one.
Well, sometimes because I don't know her music that much, but I've seen YouTube sessions where she's just spitting bars into a mic, and I'm like, dude, this girl's crazy. Like she goes hard. So I feel like her rap matches the intensity that like Ladrones brings as well. But I could see them even doing like collaborations with other like pop artists that are not metal, but that's where I see them like kind of becoming something unique where I think they have the capacity to be something unlike what we've seen in the last few years.
Yeah, and each one of the members does their own music. Like
like Zamir does his own thing and everything.
And I don't know if you saw, they released a video where I don't remember if it was the guitar player or the bass player. Okay, but they redid a song where the drummer's singing, and he's singing like.
Oh, it's like a
real melodic song, but it worked. I liked it.
Were they doing like a cover of like a reggae song, but like different? No, maybe it's a different one. But
they were in like some backyard, and they looked like they were just kind of messing around about it. But I didn't. The drummer could sing too, bro. He could sing too. And then that Chamuco, his music, like he how he did that Selena song. He's like, I wrote out Selena. I was like, so there's potential to take all those like musics and artists. And then even like how they have the rap aspect, they could bring in like some rapper. I don't know which one, but like more rappers maybe for like people to come out of retirement too.
I think they have like a really good foundation for like the culture in Mexico. Yeah. And then the music is so cool that just like people in general want to be a part of it. Yeah. And I do agree, like they could bring in a lot of people and just. And they are like they've collaborated with more artists than I know most groups do, and
a young career,
dude. It's funny because when I heard about Ladrones, I heard one song and they only had 1 or 2 songs out at the time, and the song was Cloaca, which it's more of like that new metal type like kind of bouncy song, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, dude, these guys, like what? Like I've never heard something like this. Like I need more. And I was supposed to even go to a show in LA that they were doing out here, and for a lot of reasons I wasn't able to go, but the show cost $10. It was a really small show. Like I wish I had seen them. And then like literally a few months later they came out with Flow Pesado. A year later they came out with Mexican Pesado, and it's only been a year and there's already rumors of like a new album that were in a video shoot for a new song. Yeah. So it's like within 3 years, let's say max a career of like 4 or 5 years. They've had 3 albums out. They're gonna have
like songs that you can listen to all of them. Yeah. Like you just like put it all in one list and let it run.
Yeah, that's a big deal too because like even their first album Flow Pesado, they have songs on there that like Instinto Animal is on there, which that's a sick. Like there's a lot. Like I could keep going on a lot of songs. I also find there's like. Something I love in metal is like there's like comedic elements to it. So in some of their lyrics, I notice they try to be funny about it, and it gets me every time. I like giggle and I just think it's badass.
Yeah, they definitely know what they're doing lyrically because they even have that like heartfelt, like heartbreak. Like I've been through some shit to write and sing about it, and put it out there. Or like you're saying, like take care of your kids and whatnot. Yeah, you know what I mean, like I've never been a fan. I like my hip hop. I kind of listen more for the beat than the words because I really don't care about your house and your cars and like how much objects you own and all that stuff. Yeah. I want to go back to like lyrics that had meaning, like crazy old Eminem. Like those are stories, bro. Yeah. Like Guilty Conscience. That was like a whole storyline that went down. Like it might not be the greatest rap song ever, but the fact that didn't have nothing to do with money, didn't have nothing to do with cars, drugs, well, in a sense, but like not like
because and I'll like with Ladrones, I do notice there's some songs that are like about, not the whole song, but they have certain lyrics that are like, you know, I want to make millions, I'm not here to be like broke kind of thing, but it's almost like they're making a point within a ssong. It's not the song, you know, like, because I do notice it's more of like a reflection. Like Mexican culture, the environment is pretty bleak. What I would imagine, like at times, in terms of like the narcos, and like there's one song, Nadie Ve, where Cirujano talks about like a vision for the future is like how they want to see Mexico in a way, and he says like, oh, the women aren't scared to be out at night anymore, and kids aren't trying to be a sicario anymore. They're not trying to be a drug dealer. They're trying to be football players again. And like that just reminds me, I'm like, yeah, dude, like the reality that people don't realize is like how you grow up in Mexico, with just knowing that that's like, there's more opportunities trying to become a cartel member than there is like just having a normal job. It's crazy, you know? So whenever they do talk about money, I see it more a reflection of like, they're just trying to have opportunities. They're to like progress forward. It's not like a rapper that has it all. He's like, I got it all. You know, it's like,
I spent 2,000 on this chain.
This Cartier is whatever, you know, it's like, it's not like that. And I really appreciate it out of them. Like, I'm like super hopeful for the future for them. I think, just like you said, I see them at like Ozfest if it comes back. I see them at Sick New World. I see them at Coachella. Straight up, like this year when I went, Suicide Tendencies was there, Black Flag was there. There was a bunch of like old school kind of like heavier acts, and they have like an emphasis on like Spanish music because it's very popular. And I feel like this new album, if it like hits off and it pops off the way I think it will, I think they have a good chance of being like a surprise guest at a Coachella set. Like I that's where I see them in the future.
Like I definitely show this band to as much people as I can. Like even when I go to bars, I buy my tokens. I go on Touch Tunes.
I need to start doing that too. Dude,
I blast them at bars.
I need to do that.
The crazy part is, people come like, I've had so many different ways about it. I've had, who the fuck played this song, and I'm like, damn, like but they're like, dude, play it again. And I'm like, what? And they're like, that was the dopest shit I've ever heard. Like, or I have people like, dude, who's playing this? Like, that just blew their mind. I had one guy legitly cry.
Oh, dang.
He broke down. He was already drinking a little bit. But the guy was sitting at the end of the bar, and this is like a very educated, very like soft-spoken black dude. But he's half black, half Mexican. And he was like, dude, I listen to metal, though. He's like, I listen to metal. All my family listens to Spanish music. He was like, this is a way for me to bridge that gap between me and my family, because I guess he's kind of the outcast of his family.
Yeah, like the black sheep of the family. Yeah.
But you can tell he's very educated, but he was like, this is I can't wait until we have our next family party so I can play this, so I can bridge it. He's all, maybe not all their songs, but like,
but there's some,
there's songs where I was like, even the cover, your family's gonna know that cover song. And so he was just like, dude, he like gave me a hug, and he was like, I'm glad I met you today. Like, I'm glad you came into this bar and put this song on. I was like, see, everywhere, any bar that has it on the jukebox, I play all, because so far all the bars only have at least 4 songs.
Which ones are those?
Alter, Venom,
probably have like Así Cambió la Cosa.
That one. And
I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, I know. Honestly. I can't think of them right now neither.
I kind of felt like I put you on the spot by asking you.
But the two are always Venom and Alter. Like those. But every time I'll blast them.
Alter was like one of those that I got into Flow Pesado, and then they came out Mexican Pesado, and like I actually didn't listen to the album when it first came out. Like I was kind of like not really. I go through phases where like I don't play that much music, and I'll watch video podcasts instead, and I'm kind of back and forth because I do a lot of video podcast stuff. Like I follow a lot of people, and it was one of those times where I was coming back into music, and then I was like, oh shit, Ladrones came out with a new album.
Yeah.
And the first song was Altar, and I was like, like it just made me so happy because it was like, I mean, I was born in Mexico, but I've felt more American my whole life because I grew up out here. But at the same time, I've never felt American because I feel like people look at me as like just being Mexican. So I feel like I've always kind of found it hard to have an identity. But I heard that song and something about the metal with like the Spanish aspect. I was like, dude, this is a form of my identity.
Yeah.
Like they're tapping into something that I like identify with super strong.
Music gave you a home.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because like how that guy was speaking, like, okay, this is a way for me to bridge my home.
Yeah.
Like, people in my family.
Like make connections that maybe not, they should have been there, but aren't for whatever reason.
And looking at this guy, you would never guess he listened to metal at all. Like he was wearing his collared sweater, with some khakis, like, and then the type of bar we're at, the dude looked like he would never go into that kind of a bar.
Damn, so maybe he was there for a reason. He's like,
maybe he was just having that bad day, you know what I mean? And just went out, and that song just hit him in so many different ways that I'm pretty sure he went and like blasted the whole album on his drive off, you know what I mean? Or I wouldn't be surprised if we woke his family up right then and there, like, hey, you have to listen to this right now.
Oh, you gotta play it cool, dude.
Even like I said, I waited to see my friend's reaction when I found this band, and I wanted to show him the music. I was like, I gotta do it where I want to see your reaction. I was like, okay, now we're gonna do it again, but with my dad. And that's when I sat my dad down and did it. And my dad was just like, didn't know how to feel about it at first, like, and then you see him like bob his head, and then you're just like, like he didn't know. So it kind of took him a while, and then after a while, he was just, like I said, with Suicide Silence, just play it again, put it on again. Or now he'll request songs like, hey, play this song, where I'm like, yeah, it's even like a family thing, but it can even do that older younger generation too. Like you can bridge that gap. Like it might be a little harder for some older people to get along with it, but I guarantee you they're gonna sure appreciate the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I feel like the more we go into the future, like the more we progress through time, like the more some of these older cultures are kind of getting lost.
Yeah.
And like older folks, they realize it. So what for them to like listen to a band, even if it's like heavy and metal, they're like, hey man, like this reminds me of some of the stuff I listen to. It's like, it's a nice thing for them, you know, like they probably like resonate with that more than they do with like EDM.
Oh, yeah.
Or like other sorts of like music.
Sure.
Yeah.
They call it robot noise.
Robot.
Yeah. I hear a lot of older people call it, oh, you guys listen to robot noise?
I do. Every now and then.
That's funny.
I'm a little too open with music. Like I'm an indie head, lo-fi, while also like Mexican and metal and country. And
see, a lot of people trip out because I love my metal, but then I listen to country too. Like, you know, and then like I love my oldies, and then I love my 70s classic rock. Like I'm completely everywhere. Like, I do. I have my favorite rap artists that I like, and some of them like a lot of people don't even know about, and just my music's all over the place. I have a lot of like acoustic sad songs, and then you know what I mean, like
I definitely do too.
It depends on the mood, you know. Like what kind of day you're having and what kind of mood you're on.
And sometimes like for me, sometimes I have a vibe for like a whole week. Like if I even if I'm not in a sad mood, but I find a good sad song, I'm like, I kind of want to just be here for a little bit, and I'll just like allow myself. Like that's something like I don't think it's bad to feel out your emotions in that way. But I do think like you should feel them and then kind of like move forward. So whenever I do find those songs or I come back to them, like I allow myself to just be fully there, feel the whole experience, even if it's like a little uncomfortable, and then just let it go, you know?
Because then you can always come back to it when you're in a better mood and appreciate the song. Because I'm not feeling like that today, but I still love the shit out of the song.
There's a lot of bands like that for me. Do you have family in Mexico? Do you like know any people out there?
I think they all moved out over here now. Yeah, I think my last uncle, he moved to Arizona. That lived out there.
So have you been out there in a long time, or?
I haven't been to Mexico since I was 18.
Oh wow! So so since you had your kids.
Since before I had.
Since before you had your kids, wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to go out there?
I do. Well, I have friends who bought land in Tulum.
Oh, okay.
And we're supposed to go out there to go hang out with them, and they want to show me like all that lower half of Mexico, and so there's this whole play that they go to where you can cross over to Belize, and I definitely want to hit that up. Like that's on my to-do list. I don't have my passport. It's on my list of things to get this year.
Yeah.
But
at least I mean I'm lucky enough to be a dual citizen.
Oh, okay.
So
I could do that too.
Oh, could
I just haven't done the paperwork for it.
Oh, you should do it, dude.
I know.
Yeah, because it's just nice to travel as a Mexican in Mexico. Like it makes it a little easier.
Yeah,
but
I'm definitely that pocho though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll go out there and not know Spanish enough to like. But
and you'd be surprised, like a lot of places. So like I went to Mexico City last year, and everyone spoke English.
yeah.
Like, and the signs are all in English and Spanish.
Oh, really?
It's been a little gentrified, and a lot of like there was a lot of also like graffiti and street art.
Yes,
being
that-
like, get out of our city, like gringos go home, and so it was
that
kind of
kind.
like trippy, like because it's like I don't think they mean anything by it, but prices of stuff is going up,
Yeah.
and so there's a whole like counterculture there, but. Because of that, there is a lot of English being spoken, like, and it's even a lot safer down there than it used to be. But I would definitely say any part of Mexico you can enrich yourself in, like learning about. It's a beautiful country.
As a kid though, we used to go to Mexicali all the time
Oh, nice, yeah.
because living in Blythe, it wasn't that far, so we would
Yeah,
go out
it's-
there
yeah.
all the time. And then now, my neighbor who I he's a friend from high school, and we turned out to live right across the street from each other.
Oh,
And he goes to Mexicali all the time. But him and my other friend are always talking about Chinese food in Mexico. It says it's the best Chinese food because the Chinese immigrants, how they come and they only stop in Mexico.
Well,
It's more authentic than the Chinese food here.
and I've never had Chinese food in Mexico, but that sounds like it would be pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's another thing on my list to do too. Like,
Yeah.
like the way they brag about it.
If you do that, you let me know, dude. Cause
Yeah, we'll
or
road
if
trip
if
it,
I
bro.
do it, yeah, I'll be down.
You know, if I could fit in my car, let's roll.
If you do that, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not the most spontaneous person, but if someone brings me
really?
a chance to be spontaneous, I'll do it.
Just let me put my shoes on. Let's go.
Well, so I'll be like that. I never have the thought of like, oh, I'm gonna do this crazy thing. But if someone tells me, hey, you want to do this?
Yeah.
I'll be like, I like the idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm very. Hold on, let me just go get my shoes on. Let's go.
And it's funny you mentioned that because, or the Chinese immigrants, because I remember I still work retail, but I worked at a company called Columbia Sportswear at the outlets.
Okay.
And when I worked there, a bunch of like Chinese people would come in looking for product and stuff. But then I would, at first I'd be like, oh, do you guys want a Mandarin speaker and stuff? And they would just talk to me in Spanish.
Oh, see, that's
Perfect
wild.
Spanish. And I'd be like, oh, hablan español? And then in Spanish, it'd just be like, oh yeah, we live in Mexico City. Like looking at me like I'm
Oh,
dumb.
yeah, see?
And I'm like,
See, it's a
oh,
thing.
and they're just like, yeah, our parents like went there and they just stayed there and now we live there. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you look like you're off the boat,
Yeah, the fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
People, yeah.
But it's trippy how when you have that happen. But I
love
believe
seeing
it.
that,
Yeah.
though. I love seeing like, well, just like there's people who, like I said, my Spanish isn't that great, but I understand it, and you have those people talking shit. Like, I know what you're saying. I just said I can't speak it back to you. Like you're over here.
Oh,
like,
that's why they're talking shit. Because if
Yeah.
not, they'd be like, oh, this was gonna.
But like for them to be able to be Asian and speak Spanish and
It's like incognito mode.
It's beautiful though.
Yeah, it
Like,
is beautiful,
the
yeah.
more languages you know is like a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
Well, that's, I mean, to bring it full circle, that's one of the reasons why I find myself drawn to Ladrones so much,
Yeah.
because it's like, I know all their songs are in Spanish, but there's something about what they're putting together. I mean, if you can understand the lyrics, it's
Yeah.
even
Well, yeah,
stronger.
like I said, I can understand it. The parts I have trouble with, I just have to put the lyrics on and I'll,
And then-
okay.
But even then, I'm sure like if they hadn't if you couldn't understand lyrics and it was a little harder to find out, I feel like you would probably enjoy the music itself.
yeah.
You know, like
the
there's
music definitely. Like it's crazy because they say a happy person listens to the music, a sad person listens to the lyrics. I've always been a music first person. Like
Same. Yeah,
like,
same here.
The beats, the guitar is like, shit, that's wild. That shit so like put it on again,
That's
like,
what it- yeah,
blast it. And then once I get enough of the beat, then I catch myself not actually singing but like melodizing, like humming with it, and then I'm like, okay, well now I'm starting to learn the lyrics because I listen to the music so much, and then next thing you know I know the whole song.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, that's when I realized I really do pay attention to the music before the lyrics. But like I remember I told you before, it was Tuesday we seen Ladrones, Wednesday I seen Marilyn Manson, and then that Friday we took off to Sick New World. And still my favorite show is Ladrones, man. Like they had everything. It had like, I think I don't know if it has to do with the venue too, and just like everything. Like they had mad crowd participation, which I didn't think a lot of people knew them enough.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was there earlier for that whole VIP thing, but then I got in line and I was just there waiting in line, and I was talking to a bunch of people in line just because I was trying to I was curious if people were there for Ladrones because I saw a lot of Bloody Wood shirts and I saw
so
the
did
Pretty
I.
Wild. And I only met like one other person that was there for Ladrones. But then I was with a group of people. I was by myself, but like I made friends with some people. They weren't there for Ladrones. And at the end of it, they were like, they were sick. They were like, the breakdowns were sick. Like one of the guys was like, I don't know what the hell they were saying, but like the circle pits are sick. Like the whole energy was on point for them.
Yeah, because we were right up front for that show. And I remember because we got there and we bought drinks and they give you this green little slip. And they're like, oh, if you spent $20 on drinks, they're going to let you in before everybody else.
Oh, okay.
So that's when my girl, and I gave my girl and then my girl's daughter the ticket. And I was like, it's cool. Like, you guys go and I'll just try to make my way to you. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to go buy another drink and like get the ticket. And we went, but they let everybody in at the same time. It was kind of like.
Oh, so what was the point?
Yeah, I ended up going home with a souvenir cup at least.
Okay.
But like we were there and then this girl, because my girl's daughter stayed in front row while we went and grabbed merch real quick. And then the Pretty Wild wasn't set up for merch yet.
Oh,
so
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Like, we went back, and then my girl went to go get the merch from them. And some other girl comes up. She's like, who are you here for? And I'm like, Ladrones. She goes, I never heard that band. And I was like, oh, you're in for a treat. Like, you're in for a treat. And you made it up front. Like, you're gonna
enjoy it, yeah.
And then she was saying that she was there for the Bloody Wood. And I was like, we're probably just going to see them and leave. But then I forgot that we were staying for
the Pretty Wild.
Yeah, for my girl. And then she was like, oh my God, you were right. Like she was like, can you hold the spot while I go buy merch?
Oh, dang.
And she left. I was like, yeah. And then she came back. She's like, that line is way too long. That line is way too long. She's like, damn, I should have went when you guys went. Like, I was like, man, but we had bought like one of everything that day. We bought the jersey, we bought the vinyl, we bought the poster, the pin, like that. I
think when I got there, they didn't have vinyls anymore.
Oh, wow. We were the first ones at the merch line.
Oh yeah, that's because I was hoping they had vinyls, and I was like, because I went to get some water, and then I signed up, and then I started getting in line. But I was waiting for like a good bit in the merch line.
Because once we seen like. Because that's why we left my girl's daughter. We're like, hey, we'll be back. So
we're going to get merch.
Yeah, we're going to, because we always have to get merch when we go. So what I've been doing lately is all the concerts I go to, I buy at least a bandana. Because I'm going to turn it on to like a blanket. I'm going to sew them all together.
That's cool. That's a cool idea.
So like I bought Blink-182. Like I've been going to like all kinds of shows and just I'm going to make like one big blanket with them. So I was like, that's my one thing I have to get. They didn't have one though. I was like, man. And then we got there, and they were like, "Oh, the merch person's gonna come out." They had stuff, but they're looking for the merch person. They're like, "He's not here yet," or that person's not here yet.
Can't tell it.
But we had a little pile of everything that we were gonna buy already, and so we're just like, "Here, just charge it." And we went back, and I just remember like everybody like, are we allowed to do that? So everybody was kind of just like, can we make our own pile? And like, but because we were the first ones there that like.
I feel like it should probably just be the first people to not have it be so complicated. But
because I wouldn't want them to get none of their stuff jacked or,
Yeah, well, especially that's one of the reasons why I did the VIP thing. Because for me, I was like, dude, I know that this money is going to go directly to them and instead of them having to split it with like the venue and stuff. So I was like, I'm super down to do this, like, and I get to meet them. Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah. Cause I had my old days, my band days where we had to sell tickets and try to sell the merch stuff. And it's when you're we weren't even at that level, but it's a mess.
You end up basically buying your own tickets at some point because you're like, well, we got to pay for these tickets and we didn't sell them all. So I've been there too. I thought it was crazy, like not to change the subject, but they were at the San Diego show, and then that was like the beginning of the tour, kind of like they were starting it a few weeks back, but then they did another month and a half or something, or like another month. They ended up in the East Coast, but then they went to Mexico. They were there for like 4 or 5 days, and then they came back to do the music videos. Yeah. So they like had no rest at all. They were just like, all right, I guess we're going back like to the U.S.
And like you follow them, of course, right?
Yeah.
And then they have that flat tire.
Yeah. It's like, damn, dude, all these. I mean, that's just the road life, I guess. And I'm sure they're grateful to have the opportunity to have that stuff happen. Because it's like not every band gets to have that opportunity, Yeah,
and one thing I've noticed too is like there's tons of fans just like me who don't know how to Spanish that well or know how to communicate well. And I've seen videos on their Instagram where it shows like people get frustrated trying to communicate with them.
Yeah.
And I just remember him telling them, "You guys are the shit." Like that's all I'm trying to say. Like, but I noticed that I'm guessing that I see they're trying to learn English too, because they know that they're gonna have a large fan base of these people that
English speakers.
They're gonna have them telling them this stuff, and I'm pretty sure they want to say like, "Thank you for coming out."
Yeah,
and,
even just
us.
like at an actual show, like to kind of keep that energy up, just like to say a couple of things in English. I think it's pretty powerful, you know.
Yeah, because they did at the music video thing. Like, he made a couple of jokes in English. So I was like, "Oh, check them out!" Like, you know what I mean?
They're a cool band. Like, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to like pursue this project, and like, because for me,
this will grow. This will grow. I see a lot of other people wanting to come in and speak on this subject and this band because they're gonna go up. They're gonna go up.
And for me, it's like I would look for like I'm the type of person where like I like knowing the lore behind the people and like and I don't find too much of that online. And then I look up videos and I'm like, there's nothing. Like on YouTube and stuff, like there's very minimal.
And this way, you're gonna get an honest person's response. You're not gonna get some
like a influencer take or some kind of like fake, ungenuine.
What do they call them? Those internet bullies and like
like rage baiters and stuff like that. Like just trying to.
No, this is like an honest person's like my experience. That's technically how we met. We were both even on that.
We were on the storage unit, like the storage container. Yeah. That was crazy. I think I was going a little too hard because I was standing.
Oh yeah.
And then they were like, "Hey, dude, like you don't move so much."
Yeah, because me and the other guy were sitting in the front, and they're like, "Hey, you in the back, quit jumping because the container's going down." And I felt it, bro. When I was sitting there, I was like, "Oh shit!" But that's when I kept trying to scoot like to like the welding, like close to the front. But the guy that was holding the ladder, he's like, "Bro, scoot back," and I was like, "Nah, dude."
This guy's moving. You're like, "Oh, this was crazy."
Put more people on there after.
I was like, "Dude, they were telling us to be careful."
And it was just us three.
And And there was like 5 or 6 people up there. I was like, "Damn!" Like, but it was fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad nobody got hurt. Yeah, for sure. Because with us, I was like, there might be a possibility this thing might.
I was just honestly, that song I thought was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling the vibe.
When that happened, though, I was like, it would be tight, like, because how they were like worried about that like if it did open up, where if like they had put everybody inside and like someone fell through and they caught him and then like stage surfed them inside.
Oh,
that would have been a cool little video angle.
Yeah. Probably a little too much liability.
Yeah.
To like.
Oh yeah. They were very good on safety and like giving out waters.
Yeah.
It was.
I wish the waters were a little bigger.
Yeah.
But then again, it was better because that way you could just chug the whole thing and be done with it, and then ask for more.
10 of them while I was out there.
Yeah, same. I mean, at some point, so before I got there, I ate pretty good. And then in my car, I left like a protein powder and some nuts. So on the way home, I could just like, because I had like a 2.5-3 hour drive home. I didn't get too much traffic, but from all the water, I was getting like a stomach ache near the end. It was like 5 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, my stomach hurts because it's like nothing but cold water in there. Oh yeah. Like it's I gotta get some food in me.
We left my area here like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
And then we went and had breakfast. Then we went out there, and I parked right in front of the venue.
Okay.
And then we got an Uber to that Grand Central Market, and we hung out there for a while.
Oh, that's smart.
And then we chugged a couple buzz balls, and then went back and then joined in line. But everybody that was in line, they were all Riverside, San Bernardino area.
That's what I noticed too.
Like a lot of
I heard some people being like, "Oh, I'm from Palm Desert," and I was like, "I work right around the corner from where he was at." Yeah.
I only heard like 2-3 people say they were from LA, like that area, and I was like, "Dang, that's crazy." But like even some of those people were like, "Hey, well, like we should meet up and hang out sometime. Like since we're all into this music and this band, like it." We and you weren't the only people that just met there. A lot of other people met to agree to hang out and like. There was a baby there, bro.
I know.
There was a baby in the pit.
I know. Well, that was like one of the first things they said. Like, "Hey, no babies in the pit. We got to get them out of here." Yeah. I thought the whole experience was super sick. I think the band has like a pretty good future going forward. I want to see more people. If you know more people, feel free to let me know because I would love to just whoever wants to share their opinion on Ladrones, like have them be a part of it.
I don't know if you noticed, but do you know who Buddy from Census Fail is?
I don't know who Buddy is. I know Census Fail, but okay. What?
He was there that day.
I didn't notice at all.
I noticed. I cornered my eye. I was like, that has to be him because that's one band I grew up like listening to, And then I looked at him and I was like, okay, I was trying to eye that tattoos, and I was like, okay, those are starting to link up.
Interesting.
And then right before they were about to do the acoustic set, some girl tells her other friend, hey, that's Buddy. And I told my girl, I was like, I told you.
Whoa,
I told you that's him.
That's crazy.
And then when we at the end, we went around to take pictures with the drummer, but it was too late. He had walked off. And then I was going to go try to talk to Buddy. But then like other people like jumped in front of him, and I was like, I don't want to do too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, we're going to get going. And then that's when we walked out, and then that's when the photographer was like, hey,
I'll take a
doing
picture.
our pictures thing. So I was like, oh yeah, let's do that before we leave too.
I wanted to just kind of stay there as long as they would let us before we got kicked out. But I was dead tired.
Yeah.
And then, like I mentioned, I gifted Zamir some glasses.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want to use them for the photo shoot? And it seemed like they were going to use them. So part of me was like, I could probably be like, can I at least hang around?
Yeah.
You know, and like.
Well, that's what I felt too, because I had that pin, and then because of the song, I kept telling the guy like, hey, like do a zoom in of the pin, you know, La L, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. He wasn't feeling it, I guess.
There was a moment, because, you know, like when there was a moment where we're all like together, and then they just do it like you're doing the LA.
Yeah.
And then they had like one guy and then one girl do it. And then they have the girl does it with her left hand.
Yeah.
And the director's like, no, your right hand.
Yeah.
But I was like, you could technically do it. I told her, I was like, you could technically do it with your left hand, but it has to be like this. Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
it's a little different. And she was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. But the whole thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, because he was like, it's not Ladrones.
Yeah, it's not Yeah. I wonder, like, if they just got chosen from the same thing, like where people submitted, or or if they were there because they were like actors.
No, I think they got I feel like how I got picked to be on top of the thing is because of the energy I was pushing out. Like I got in the mosh pit. They saw that I knew some of the lyrics, even though it's like a new song. So the guy was like, hey, you're doing good. Come here. I'll stay on the side. And then that's when I started seeing you guys go up there, and he looked around. He's like, you come on.
Yeah.
And that's when he told me to go up there at the end.
Because I feel like I was going pretty hard too.
Yeah, that first one just fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like heat, and then those buzzballs had like
dehydrated
the shit out of me, and I was like, man, like.
I'll be honest. Before when I was in line, I was hitting my vape pretty hard.
Yeah.
My weed vape. I was like, need to be ready for
their own little party in the line, bro.
I think even at one point I was like 2 hours in. I used a porta potty. I'm like, I need to re-up on this shit. Yeah.
I had to.
I mean, I don't even think anyone would have cared if I just hit it in front of them.
No, their manager was right there hitting his vape the whole time, bro.
I just thought, like, I'm always trying to be super courteous and aware in case anyone's like not about it, but at the same time, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I think those days are over.
I mean,
unless you're in a room full, like a classroom with children. You know?
No, it's true. I mean, it's crazy to think like how back in the day to get weed, it was basically like you could go to jail.
Yeah.
Doing this shit. Like, I remember one time me and my friend were just like parked in a dirt lot, like we were gonna smoke. It was like after high school. And like a cop just happened to turn on his lights and like drive by, but we were freaking we were like, oh no, dude, he saw. But it's like how would he even like catch us?
Like he only saw you specifically through the whole rest of the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nah.
Yeah, that I'm excited to see how this music video comes out. Like my girl, she's like, we're not even gonna be in it. We're out there fried for nothing. I was like, no, you're definitely gonna be in it. Like,
yeah, I mean, even if it's like a little clip, or
yeah.
I'm curious how it's gonna come out. That scene where they had us do a circle pit around Cirujano, I'm curious to see how that's gonna come out.
I had no energy at that point. I was sitting on a brick by the wall in the shade. I
was trying. Well, the one thing I noticed is they were trying to make it like move fast.
Yeah.
So like we can focus on Cirujano. But I noticed like people would go fast in front of them, but then they would take forever. They would make this long ass circle. In the shot. Yeah, like so what I was doing, I was just like cutting through the back, and then like I was actually in the shot more because I was just going close. I was like cutting through behind them to like make it to the front again.
Yeah.
But it was just it was more about keeping the speed.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't have like a circle pit that's like slow.
Yeah.
Like even. So when I go to shows, like I'm in the pits, and I'm the type of person where I like to, if there's good energy, I protect it. So like if there's good pit energy and someone's showing bad pit energy behavior, I'll probably like knock them down.
Yeah.
Or like, and I'll make sure that the pit is a holy place for people to enjoy it. And I'll like, if there's good energy, like I'll keep it going, and I'll like try to motivate people to keep it going. So when I saw that, I was like, nah, this is going to be lame if we don't speed this up.
Yeah.
So I was just trying my best to like keep it up.
Yeah. By that point, the sun had already.
It was like 4 o'clock, 4:30.
And I was just thinking about the long ass drive we had to do, because I had to go all the way up the hill to drop off my girl's daughter and then come all the way back down to.
Dang. Well, it was worth it, man. Yeah. Right? Do you feel like it was worth it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was like, and then out of all the music videos I've done, this was my favorite one. It was way organized compared to the other ones I was in. And it had a lot, like, they were like, okay, this time we're going to do this, and this time we're going to do that. And then, like, they had so many ideas that kept going, and, like, I was like, all right. And then they strapped a camera to that guy.
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
that was cool. And then they threw him in well, they didn't throw him in the crowd, but they, like.
I mean, it was, at some point, I feel like that thing hit me a couple times, because we were like, because there was so much going on. I mean, I was okay with it, but it was just like, I think people were pitting a little more intense than they thought they were, like, around him.
Yeah, there was 2 guys I felt like they were trying to like overdo it to be in the video, and I'm like, I'm gonna stand on the other side of these dudes.
Yeah, I kept like being, especially on the shots where like we were right by the front of the stage. I kept being around people that were like not giving the same energy. Yeah, and I was like, bro, like you're at the front of a stage for like your favorite band. Like you, even if they're not your favorite band, like you have to bring it. Like if you know, there was one guy next to me, he's just like. I was like, I can't be around this guy. I don't know.
I felt like I was doing so much with my arms. My arms were burnt out.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't hold them up anymore by the end of the shoot. Because I was like in it, just trying to like.
I had a concert to go to the next day in LA, and it was like an indie concert, but like my legs were so shredded from standing up all day, and I had been working out, and my knees were kind of like acting up. So like that, and then the concert like on Sunday, I was like. Dead. Like I actually had to call out of work, and I was just like, it was worth it. But
some other guy added me on Instagram from that day.
Okay.
And then I looked at his story, and I was like, bro, you went to Disneyland after? Like, how the hell did you have the energy for that? And then the next day I was like, you're back at Disneyland again, dude. Like, what? He's like, I worked there. I had to go to work after. And I was like, oh man.
Dang. Commitment. That's good.
But I was like, dude, I'm so sunburned out, like hungry, like, and you're over there going to Disneyland after? That's wild.
Damn, he's like, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to work, you gotta do
what you gotta do. Well, man, it's interesting. I mean, I think I'm excited to see the music video. I'm excited to see like the future for Ladrones, and just to like get to experience more of people's like perspectives on it. We should definitely do this again once the music video comes out, or when the album comes out. Oh, yeah. We should touch base again.
Because they played a song when they did the acoustic set. They played a song that hadn't.
Oh, they did. I was like, I was wondering if it was a cover or not, but it was a good song. Yeah,
I can't wait for that song.
Because I remember hearing it too, and I was like, I don't know the song. Yeah,
it was very melodic, and I was like, I even listened to that recording
all
the time just to hear it. Like I definitely can't wait for this new album.
For some reason. That was one of those moments where it felt surreal, where like I felt like I was out of my body. It was like an out of body experience. Yeah. It sounds like mamon. It sounds like kind of too much, but not like everyone was like behind him taking pictures, and like I felt so comfortable like not being in it, and I was behind them taking pictures of the crowd and them.
You posted that photo.
Yeah, and I don't know, something about that experience. I was like, man, like I think it was kind of cool to not be part of the picture, but also be part of it, like in a way. But that's how I felt about the songs. It felt just like I'm here, but I'm not. But it's a really cool feeling. Like they gave us a lot of their time, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave them a lot of energy too. So.
Yeah, I tried my best to just not look burnt out and try to like keep rocking out.
Well, especially if you haven't been smoking weed and stuff like that. Yeah. And you were probably like,
I was in an all black long sleeve flannel in the sun, bro. Like I was heated up.
Yeah, you were wearing double layers. Yeah. Or did you have something
supposed
underneath?
To rain.
Oh.
It said it had like 70% chance of rain, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, it's gonna be at least cooler in LA, like cloudy or something. I'm like, cool, like I'm gonna be wearing the perfect thing. Halfway through the shoot, I was like, I fucking definitely am not.
And then you're probably like, should I take it off or not for continuity? Like,
I would just keep rolling up my sleeves for like air, and then when they start filming again, I'd roll them back down. And then we got a cool shoot. Like both of us got the opportunity to go up and be on that thing, and then we had my girl take the picture of us up there that I got to share.
Oh,
with
that
you.
was a cool. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you posted the video of us up there, and then you can see me in your shot too. But like that aerial view like that's a good.
I wish I had taken a longer video, but they were like getting close to starting filming.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna do a quick, just a quick peek. But
Because it was hard because I wanted to, but at the same time, like how we weren't supposed to record the song or
Yeah.
like post the song or whatever. Like it was hard to just do that, be in it. Okay, put your phone away, and then like go back and forth. And at the same time, I don't want to lose my phone.
No, yeah. Well, especially with the circumstances we were in. I saw 2 girls posting that song on their Instagram stories,
Oh,
like
really?
randomly. But they were like in a limousine, so I don't know if maybe they knew them and they were like playing the song for them. But I was like, we had to sign paperwork and shit saying that we wouldn't post it. And then these girls are just like, oh, look at me.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, I would have loved to.
Well, there's
have a
one
little
girl
more.
that was there that I know is like one of the members' cousins or something.
Hmm.
That might have been her because she was hanging out with them. Like,
Maybe, yeah, because I know like the day before and then the days after before they went back to Mexico, they were like they were hanging out with like a huge posse.
Yeah.
Like they had their own like entourage and stuff. Yeah, dude, we should definitely do this again.
yeah, definitely.
I think a good way to sign off is just to say we'll see what the future has for Ladrones and for the fans, and Arriba La L.
La L.
Let's go.